Myrtle Beach is facing yet another hurdle to keep its beloved minor league baseball team in town.
Julia Richardson joins us here in the studio now to break this down for us. And Julia, there's a lot of moving parts here. Refresh us on what Horry County Council actually did last night and how Myrtle Beach leaders are responding tonight.
Well, Eric and Rachel, Horry County Council passed a third reading last night approving a 30-year lease for the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, but it was not the same lease that city leaders passed just last week. Now, Myrtle Beach Mayor Brenda Bethune says she and City Council will try their hardest to find a way forward before the end of this month.
I don't blame anyone in this situation, but we do need to work through it and find a solution.
Myrtle Beach city leaders now in a difficult spot after Tuesday night's lease agreement approval. That deal includes $20 million worth of stadium upgrades required by MLB, but County Council claims continuing 30% ownership of the Pelicans isn't financially responsible. So they presented Myrtle Beach with a few options that take the financial burden off of the county, but adds more of a burden to the city, whose leaders say paying for the lease and the upgrades on its own will be tough.
We've tried different iterations throughout the last 2 or 3 years worth of working through this, and it's just not easy. It's not easy. Everybody's trying to be good stewards of the taxpayers' dollars. Everybody's trying to do something that sets the Pelicans up for sustainable success, and those are hard things to marry when you look at the dynamics and the economics of what we have here.
The options council listed are establishing a funding mechanism to help pay for the Pelicans, having the city take full ownership, or finding another sponsor to replace the county. Mayor Brenda Bethune tells me while she's not opposed to those options down the line, she doesn't see them as short-term solutions and doesn't think they should be attached to the lease at all.
I'm upset over their decision. I think that we have worked really hard with the county to get to a point where I had hoped that they would see the value of what the Pelicans have brought to this community.
And what the Pelicans have brought includes support for dozens of charities throughout the Grand Strand. Members of those charities telling me losing the team would be devastating.
Sometimes in politics, money talks, but this is beyond money. This is about an organization, an entity, an enterprise that brings so much to our community in so many different ways, seen and unseen.
Now, Bethune says City Council is down to the wire to come up with a solution to keep the Pelicans around.
I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if it's going to happen. We are doing everything within our power to make it happen.
The MLB requires an approved plan for the Pelicans by the end of May. Now, Bethune hopes Council can pass a first vote on a path forward next Tuesday, and says an emergency meeting can be called for a second and final vote before the end of the month. Live in the studio, Julia Richardson, WMBF News.